Well, I've really done it this time. I've done a pretty bad thing. I'm kind of embarrassed to tell you all about it. I put my kombucha in the refrigerator, and I don't know how long it's been. Like, how many years it may have been. Well, hey there! My name's Angela. I'm the Inquisitive Farmwife, and I'm super glad you're here with me today. We are going to do a little bit of fun. You know, they say home is where your heart is, but it's also where your health is. And my friend Ginger over at Not For Nothing Homestead invited me to be a part of a collaboration. And I have been wanting really badly to get my kombucha started again and work on my gut health, because that is something that can really affect all parts of your body. And I just love kombucha. I haven't had it in a really long time, and there is no need to go buy it at the store when we can make it ourselves. So let's get to it and see if I killed my Scoby hotel. Here's my Scoby hotel, and I put this in the refrigerator, and I don't know how long ago it's been, but I'm a little scared to open it. There's a lot of tension in there, but it's been in there a really long time. So what we're going to do today is we're going to try to wake this baby up. So come along with me as we do this. First, take off all your jewelry and scrub your hands really well. Then I'll meet you back here at the counter. First thing I want to get started is brewing some tea. I have some very hot water here. To that, I want to add 1/4 cup of sugar. This is kind of risky, because normally when you want to wake up something that you've left dormant for a while, you want to feed it well. The risky part is sometimes refrigerated Scobies can mold. So we won't be using all of our hotel as I had originally planned. It's really important that you make sure you get it to room temperature before you add to this. So I'm hoping by the time this cools down, this will warm up. Now that our sugar has dissolved, I'm going to grab 3 tea bags. I love using this tea. It is a jasmine green tea. But use green tea, use black tea, whatever your preference is. A lot of people do use a black tea. This is just one that I have liked in the past. And we're going to let this steep a good 10 minutes. But I need to know. It's just been killing me. Seeing this sitting in the refrigerator. I hope it doesn't explode. Oh, nope. It didn't do anything. Okay, all right. Oh. It just smells like my typical sweet, vinegary kombucha. Pleasantly surprised. Well, looky there. It's nice and clear. We kind of want a little of those floaties. I don't want to take all this, so I may put some back. But I really want to inspect our Scoby. So here it is. It's kind of all in one piece. I'm going to go and I'm going to put this back in here so we know how much of that we have. But I want to inspect our Scoby, and let's talk about this a little bit. This was turned sideways, so it's kind of hard to see. But I believe this would have been the newest Scoby on there, because it has the white on it, and it looks like it actually tried making another one on there. And then underneath should be the oldest. But because I'm really not sure what's top from bottom, yeah, I believe this is the original. I want to take at least part of this and save it. And now we'll go back to this again. And I'll see if this covers this up. And I'm going to put this in here along with whatever we got off of that. And this will be our start. And then I'm going to just loosely put this lid on. I'll probably put about a cup of this tea in here and a half a cup in here. So I think I'll go ahead and put just a little bit more starter in there. So there we go, a half a cup of starter. So I'm gonna let that tea steep for about 10 minutes, and then I'll pull the tea bags out and probably let the rest of it all sit out on the counter for about an hour or two. I have a filter and a ring just sitting on there so that no dust or particles get in there while we're waiting on that next step. Tell me, what kind of things are you planning to start doing for your health? I want to hear down below. Have you ever had kombucha? Have you brewed your own? What's your favorite flavor? I'm hoping by the time this video comes out, we'll know whether this Scoby is dead or alive. And at that point, if it's ready to go, we can get our continuous brew party started. My preferred method is to use a continuous brew system. I hope to get to show you that. This is going to be a summer-long journey. Tell me, what kind of flavors are your favorites so you can inspire me to share with you new flavors as we do kombucha brewing. It's been about 3 or 4 hours. You can probably tell it's dark outside now. And we're going to go ahead and put this together. And here I've got our new brewed tea. And we're going to add it to our jars. Super excited about this. Okay. And then we'll add some in here. And then this. We're just going to kind of let it sit in a dark spot, out of sunlight, and keep an eye on it and see what happens. This one, I have found you really don't have to put in the refrigerator, but I believe I want to go ahead and I'm going to kind of stir it up a little bit. And then I am going to put this back in the fridge. There's controversy on whether or not it should be in the fridge, but I kind of want this dormant. I'm not sure what this will do. I don't know. I am tempted to leave this out for a bit to see what happens, but I think we'll just stick with this one. I'm in the house working on some projects and realized that it's been 10, maybe 12 days since we've checked in on our kombucha, and I want to see if there's Scoby going on inside that jar. We're going to talk about what a Scoby actually is and what that means in just a bit, but I've got my clean hands and I'm curious to see what's going on inside this jar. I just have to see. From the side, I can't see a whole lot of action. I think we may have a new pellicle growing. It kind of looks like we've got a new one, but I'm going to give it a sniff. Everything, actually, it smells kind of sweet. Oh, you know what? We do have one. And I had it growing. I had it next to my Amish friendship starter, and I heard that it could grow a pellicle on it, so I moved it after several days. But you know what? I think what has happened, because this almost smelled sweet like that, I think that had transferred over here. And I think we have a new mat that grew on top of the old mat. And I think that's what this white is. And to me, it smells a little sweet. I think that's what happened. And I'm happy with that. So, this is all good. These have kind of separated. Here's a piece of one of the older ones. And I'm starting to, I see a little bit of this bacteria here. The little swimmy bits, which they got stirred up, they actually, they are the symbiotic cultures. And I'm seeing, if you look really close, can you see this? There's actually some bubbles in here. And so my original plan was thinking that I didn't want to give up on this, that I would go ahead and feed it again and not make tea yet. But this smells sweet and good. I almost think that we could start our tea now. Okay, I want to give this a taste. I have a spoon. I'm not gonna put it in the jar. Okay, here's my jar. I'm gonna take a little bit out of this. Obviously, I do not want my mouth to touch the part that I'm gonna be using. So we're gonna put it on a spoon, not touching, so that I can give this a taste and see where we're at. To me, this is perfect. This is sweet, a little bit of the fizz, a little bit of the acidity that you expect. This would be perfect to drink right now. I'm a little bit surprised and I need to regroup. I don't want to get too excited and start brewing my tea just yet. I want to not stress this, but I kind of think it could be ready. We've looked at this. I really feel like this was a new one that grew on top. I'm going to go back and I'm going to look at the video that we took. For now, I'm going to put this back into the jar and I'm going to take a minute, watch the video, examine what the pellicle looked like before we put it in, just to confirm that we did have growth. But I really feel like we did, and that means we could start brewing the tea, and I can show you today how I start a continuous brew system. Okay, so I went back and I looked at the footage and I realized that there was white on it before, so I'm gonna be a good girl and not push it too fast and let it recover from being in the fridge. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna repeat exactly what we did last time. 1/4 cup of sugar, 2 cups of water, and 3 tea bags, just to give it a jump start, and we're gonna add that in. So now that this has come to room temperature, it's cooled down, we're going to go ahead and see if we can't pull these off to the side. Oop, made a little mess. But I'm going to pour this in here to give more food. Put this lid back on. Okay, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to put this in a nice dark spot for another 1 or 2 weeks and see what happens. Friends, let's just take a minute to talk about kombucha, Scoby, and all these other things. So what's kombucha? Kombucha is a delicious, healthy drink. It is a fermented, lightly effervescent, sweet black tea drink. Sometimes the beverage is called kombucha tea to distinguish it from the culture of bacteria and yeast. Juices, spices, fruits, or other flavorings are often added. Kombucha is thought to have originated in China, where the drink is traditional, according to Wikipedia. You might be wondering, what exactly is a Scoby? It is short for symbiotic cultures of bacteria and yeast. This is all stuff that is great for your gut. Some other terms you may have heard is the culture, the mother, the pancake, pellicle, mushroom. By the way, it's not a mushroom. It just maybe kind of looks like one. But Scoby is the most common term that you'll hear people talk about. And the actual part that we were inspecting and looking at earlier, the pancakey, slimy looky thing, it's not actually the Scoby. That's the pancake pellicle or mushroom that you may hear about. And the bacterias and yeast, they're down below. They're in the water. They're the little floaters. They're what is eating the sugars and the yeast, and this is what's good for your gut. Now, I'm no doctor and I don't claim to be, but many people say that kombucha can help with weight loss, limiting inflammation, boosting your gut health. That's what I drink it for. Strengthening your immune system, fighting cancer, detoxification, heart health. Yes, for some, kombucha can be risky. Speak with your doctor to make sure that it's okay for you to try this delicious, healthy, boosting, probiotic drink. Now, I like to do lots of different things that are good for my gut health. Some other things that I might do is sourdough bread. I'm also doing the sweeter version of that, which is the Amish friendship bread. I also like to make my own cheeses and yogurts using raw milk from my backyard. Again, these are all things that are a more natural approach to getting your gut into a healthy place. I hope that you are inspired to at least maybe give kombucha a try. Once you give it a taste, and if you find out it's for you, come along, because I'm going to bring you all along this summer with my kombucha brewing journey. I'm really excited to get back to brewing again. I'm super excited that my Scoby is not dead and my pellicle is growing and doing lots of great things. And I can't wait to show you some of my favorite flavors, and we'll experiment with some new ones too. Thanks again to our host for this great collaboration. I know that you all have seen lots of amazing videos before this one, and there's still some great ones to come. So check out the playlist and jump on board with making a difference in your health today. Bye for now, friends. See you next time.